Hello everyone, myself Hiren Patel, associated with LJ Institute of Engineering and Technology. So in this current video series, we are studying subject of Physics Group 1. Still now in this chapter of Properties and Matter, we have discussed the basic terms related to stress, strain, load and Hooke's law. Also, we have discussed the concept of elasticity, types of elasticity, and factors affecting elasticity. So now, in this video, we will learn to derive the equation of time period of torsional pendulum, and we will derive the work done in stretching a wire. So let's start with the first topic of today's session, that is torsional pendulum. Before moving on to this topic, let's discuss what is torsion and torsional rigidity. So you can see in the figure, the twisting of an object due to the applied torque is known as torsion. You can see here in the figure that if torque is applied, that sample feel twisting. So here the twisting of an object due to the applied torque is known as torsion. So now next is torsional rigidity. Here the amount of resistance a cross section has against that torsional deformation is known as torsional rigidity. It is the important parameter for the derivation of that time period of torsional pendulum. So here again I repeat that a cross section or a sample, it has that amount of resistance against that torsional deformation is known as torsional rigidity. Now let's start with the derivation of time period of torsional pendulum. So here you can see in the figure that a heavy disc suspended from the end of fine wire whose upper end is fixed, and that setup is known as torsional pendulum. Here when the disc is turned about the axis of wire, the wire exerts a torque on the mass, tending to rotate it back to its original position. So, if twisted and released, the mass will oscillate back and forth, and it demonstrates the simple harmonic motion. You can see in the figure, it shows that simple harmonic motion. Also we can say that this is the angular version of the bouncing mass hanging from the spring. So here you can observe that when the disc is turned about the axis of the wire exerts a torque on the mass. So it tends to rotate it back to its original position. So now here, if theta is the twisting angle, then we can know that the restoring couple set in it is C into theta, where C stands for torsional rigidity. We can say that amount of resistance against that torsional deformation. Okay. Now, for a small angle of twist, the magnitude of couple is directly proportional to the angle of twist, or it is say as theta. So here we can say that tau is directly proportional to the angle of twist, means theta. So here tau is the magnitude of couple and theta stands for angle of twist. Now we know that it is always in opposition to that angle of twist. That's why minus sign is here in the equation of tau is equals to minus c theta. So now we know that the equation of rotational motion of the system is given by tau is equals to I d square theta by dt square, where I stands for moment of inertia. So here we have the first equation of tau is equal to minus c theta, and now we have the second equation tau is equal to I d square theta by dt square. So from equation 1 and 2 we have I d square theta by dt square equals to minus c theta. So by subtracting d square theta by dt square we have d square theta by dt square equals to minus c theta upon I, where c stands for torsional rigidity, theta is the angle of twist, and I stands for moment of inertia. Now the restoring the ball leads to an angular acceleration in the disk is alpha is equals to d omega by dt. But we know that alpha is equals to d square theta by dt square. So we have d square theta by dt square equals to minus c theta upon I. So now if we replace that values in that above equation, we have minus c theta equals to I alpha. Now if alpha is equals to minus c theta by I, so this is the equation of alpha. Now this equation represents that angular acceleration of disk which is proportional to the displacement, or we can say that angle of twist, it is theta. So now we have one equation of alpha, that is alpha equals to minus c theta by I. Now according to simple harmonic motion we have another equation of alpha, that is alpha equals to omega square theta. So by comparing these two equations of alpha, we have minus c theta by I equals to omega square theta. So by cancelling theta from both the sides, we have omega square equals to c by I, or we can say that omega equals to under root c by I. But we know that omega stands for angular velocity, omega equals to 2 pi upon t, where t stands for time period. By replacing that value of omega equals to 2 pi upon t into the above equation, where omega equals to under root c by I, we will have a equation of time period of torsional pendulum as t equals to 2 pi under root I by c. So this equation represents the time period of torsional pendulum. Again, I repeat the important steps in the derivation of time period of torsional pendulum. So we have started with the equation of that magnitude of couple, that is tau. Tau is equals to minus c theta. Okay. But the equation of rotational motion of the system is tau equals to I d square theta by dt square. So by comparing that both equation of tau, we have the equation of d square theta by dt square. And now we have replaced the value of that d square theta by dt square into the equation of that alpha. So we have the final equation minus c theta equals to I alpha. And then we have again compare the equation of alpha equals to minus c theta upon I with the alpha equals to omega square theta, and then we subtract omega, and by replacing that value of omega into the above equation, we have the equation of time period of torsional pendulum. T is equal to 2 pi under root I by c, where I stands for moment of inertia and c stands for torsional rigidity. Now, next we will going to discuss the equation of work done in stretching a wire. So let force capital F be applied to a wire of length L and the stretch produced is small l. So here, if the wire has cross-sectional area is A, then we know that strain is given by change in length to original length. So strain is equals to small l by capital L, and we know that stress is nothing but the force per area. So here stress equals to capital F by A. But we know that Young's modulus is given by Y is equals to F capital L upon small l into A. So now the work done in stretching a wire by amount dl is given by dw is equals to F into dl. Here the equation comes from the basic equation that work equals to force into distance. That's why we are considering dw equals to force into dl. But here the total work, if we want to find the total work, then we have to integrate that dw term. So here total work w equals to integral dw. Now if we are considering distance dl, then we have the limit of integration from 0 to l. So here, if we replacing the value of dw in that integration, we have finally total work w equals to integral 0 to l f dx. Now, replacing the value of that force f is equals to y a small l by l in that equation, we have final equation of total work w is equals to integral 0 to small l y a l by l into dl. Now here the variable is small l. So here y by capital L is constant. So we can integrate the equation with respect to dl. Then we have final the total work w is equals to y a l square by 2l. Again, if we replace the value of f into that above equation, we have the final equation of work done in stretching a wire w equals to f l by 2. So it is the equation which we are going to use in the next derivations of these upcoming topics. Okay, so that's it for today's session. So in this video we have discussed the torsional pendulum. We have derived the equation of time period of torsional pendulum. Also, we have derived the equation of work done in stretching a wire. Now, in next video, we are going to discuss twisting couple on cylinder or the wires are for different cases like solid and hollow. So, that's it for today's session. Thanks for watching.